Greetings, traveler.
I looked at 3 of Jeef's VODs and I had like 8 games that I bookmarked where I was like, this man is a machine. He's just a content machine. Just look at this deck tracker. Just look at this freaking deck tracker. It's so preposterous, dude. First, fifth, second, first, and second at the start. Holy shit. Beast Murloc. The rest is not relevant. No, only partially kidding. I wonder what he takes here. I can't really remember what he took. Like I said, I try to see as little of the games as possible, just like a quick check if it's gonna be a good game. So it takes the 11 armor hero, but the thing that gives him a little bit of tempo. But Inge is, yeah, he does find a shield, so nice. He gets a 2-2. That's probably the best case scenario. Up, level buff. Not much to do here. So he does only have 11 armor, but because he gets stronger early, he gets a little bit more armor in terms of just health. But of course, the low armor does not help for the quest turn. Finds a scout here. Yeah. There's so many tools now on turn 3 to not give you a terrible turn if you don't have economy. Ooh, Surf and Pick Eater are both fine, but Pick Eater can eat the whole shop. Oh, but of course he has the... No, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, HDI, thank you so much for the 2 months. Appreciate that. Cool. I mean, all of this is still pretty straightforward, right? The Picky Eater was good, but he did recognize, oh, I can just start buffing Lava Lurker. That makes a lot of sense. So it is really nice to still have full HP, right? That's one of the benefits of this hero. Ooh, double scout. And a Naga here. This is usually good. I love how his mouse is going there too. He does have the crab, yeah, and the scouts here. I'm down for summoning. I think I would have had a little bit of a harder time to take that, but ooh. I think you still take the pair though, right? Mana Saber's a lot of summons. But this is so nice, yeah. Ooh. Does he take that? Mech he can get Menace. Yeah, Menace would be good. To Redbeard for money this early, probably. And do we just buy the thing? The +4 damage, or do we want Micromummy? No, we just buy that. That's fair. Oof. Wow, that was a lot in one turn. So he ended up grabbing the extra spells, right? 3 spells at the start of your turn for 25 summons. 25 summons seemed way too much for me. Always okay. What? Hero power? Okay. Wow. He's mortal, chat. I hate this, by the way. I'm not gonna put a lot of emphasis on that. It is just, I get it though, because people do that to me sometimes, right? When they see me make like an obvious inefficiency mistake, and I hate it. So I'm not gonna contribute to that. I think he was just so preoccupied with where to put the crabs to get the maximum amount of summons, which is why I was so surprised that everything went on the lurker there. That's something I didn't quite realize. All right. We are watching a Jeef game. Again, right, to come back to the quest selection. The difficult part there for me was that summoning 25 seemed so far away, but beasts are in and there were 2 scouts. So he skipped hero power so lurker would die. Yeah, but he can buff something else though, right? I feel like that's yeah. You can buff your money pirate if you want lurker to die. But anyways, the ability to recognize that with those scouts he could fish for Mana Saber and more Surf and Surf, which is exactly what he found, suddenly makes the summon 25 way more doable. So now we're out of the super early game, I would say. I usually say 8 gold is where you have your last easy turn a lot of the time, right? Where it's just level to 4. Oh, we do see giving more HP to the lurkers, so let's see how he positions this. So on 9 gold, I think is usually where the game starts to get very interesting. Oh, this is not my game, Akril. I want to be very clear with that. I think it is obvious, right, that I'm spectating, but I guess maybe not. Maybe I'm just saying it's obvious. But I'll be very clear. This is not my game. I'm not about to hit 18k. If Jeef wins this, he gets 18k. That is true. Yeah, this was an insane. This is just an insane run. I would say I would be a little bit scared of the lurker not popping the crabs. So the lurker having all the crabs and them being all the way in the back is a bit scary, but I guess he is leveling and he is pushing pretty hard. He held over confidence as well, so that gives us a little bit of an insight on how he was feeling there. Okay, because he's on 38, he is going to tier. Has the Rendell for economy. Rendell's going to steal a Brand's Blessing. It's a Beast lobby, it's a Murloc lobby, so Brand's Blessing does make sense for Murlocs. These are one of the decisions that's still difficult for me. Even if you're having a good game, understanding when it's just a push 5, where you say, okay, I'll just go to 5 and I'll figure it out there because I'm still above 30. I think you need to be above 30 to do this. But the difficulty now will be to see which minions are good enough to buy and which are not, because it's so easy to watch a player of Jeef's caliber navigate a game like this and say, oh yeah, that kind of made sense, but then you're being put in a position yourself and you would never make the same decisions. At least that's how it is for me. So I want to be very, very mindful of which minions are good enough to buy now and which are not. Essentially I want to see whether he's going to invest in things to keep himself alive, or if he's going to push very, very hard into just direction, right? Like, does he want to get the Brand? Does he want to get the Titus? Is he going to 6? No. Oh my god. This is just looking at the opponent and saying, I have no respect for you, my friend. I think you're weak. I think it's weak. Then we're buying Myrmidon, I'm guessing, because we have this +8/+8. And then we can even untaunt it with the pants, but probably not. Holy crap, dude. I guess Dagger Spine's strong. This is just, yeah, I would have never done this. But again, right? After seeing it, it makes sense. After seeing it, it does make sense. Whew, Jesus. Yeah, just looking back at this. This is the decision, right? Where you've just taken a big hit. You're close to losing your 15 health, right? You're close to losing your damage protection, damage cap protection, whatever you want to call that. But he still looks at this situation and says, you know what? This Reno is not that strong. He's going cookbook stuff, so I think I'm fine. I have +8/+8 in my hand, and this Myrmidon is going to double that buff. So I think I'm going to be able to get away with it. And boom, there you go. It's just, again, right? After seeing it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense, but good luck being able to figure that out on your own, right? And he does go for the pants to untaunt the Myrmie, which does make sense because Myrmidon with a taunt always feels a little bit off. So he does have a good position to go into Naga right now. He's generating 3 spells per turn and already has a big Myrmidon on the board. Yeah, 38 health. Definitely has a reasonable chance to not take damage. The Lurker does get sniped early, so might be one of the 30% losses if the tracker is accurate here. Yeah, the shield goes in as well. No, we're going to tie. That's still nice. 22 health on tier 6. Complete tier 6 rush. Right, he did cast Overconfidence on top of everything. Okay, grabs the spell generation. That makes sense, right? It's a good minion. It opens up Nala. It makes him even stronger into Nagas. Discover another spell here. So that's really what we want to be taking a look at. What's good enough and what's not. Oh, he has Brand's Blessing, so buying the Shell Collector does make sense. Golden Touch. Does he roll for a specific minion or does he just let it rip? All right. Ooh, finds a Beatboxer. I know Jeef's been liking that. Okay. I guess that might push us away from Naga. We'll see. Syllabus, that's really good. So if we get a Lord of Gains, we might still want to do some Naga stuff. 3 magnetics? Oh man. I feel like I'm gonna learn something this game. I do not play a lot of Mech myself right now at all. So let's see how this starts. There isn't a Quartertron if he wants that. Okay. Equips it, sure. Yeah, I guess it on a beatboxer too. Because I know there's some stuff that, well, I watched Savjz do it, where you create a huge stack of magnetics and then swap that stack back in the shop, then buy it and equip it. But the interesting part here is to see how does he get to that point. Because I'm assuming that's what Jeef is going to want to do from this point, right? With the golden beatboxer, he wants to make a big stack of magnetics and then swap it in the shop and then equip it on a beatboxer. But how do you go from this position to having suddenly a huge stack of magnetics on the board? So that is what we want to keep a good eye on. How does he transform this position into one where he suddenly has a lot of magnetics on the board? You've never learned how to target the golden touch? Yeah, it unlocks after 17k, you know. It's a 17k perk. You can buff shops with the taunt spell. Yes. You can throw that slime into the shop. He still has his damage cap protection, so this is fantastic. He's getting quite a bit of extra gold here due to the beatboxer being golden. So there's 3 Quartertrons on the board. He's trying to figure out what the chef's choice, but I think he wants it on a mech, but he wants all those mechs. This one's weird. He's just going to roll past the lasso. He doesn't want to try to triple the lasso. Yeah. Sure. No overconfidence, no panda. So we're rolling for something very, very, very specific here, right? No, we still buy the panda. I guess he wants as many fluidities as possible. Okay, well, he buys both. What do I know? It looked like he was going to roll past it. Right, I guess spell generation is very key because he is going to want fluidity. I think he takes it, but I'm curious, right? I want to learn. I want to see. Because there's a very, very, very big difference between understanding what a combo looks like and then getting good at getting that combo online. So again, for those of you who are wondering what the hell is he talking about combo, there is a strategy right now where you can put magnetics on the board and then continue magnetizing on top of the magnetic. Then you fluidity the magnetic back into the shop and you equip that, which means your beatboxer gets all that value. So right now we're seeing that Jeef is not going for that yet. So we're not at the stage. Well, I don't know if he's actually going to end up doing it this game, right? But right now he is not comfortable with trying to get that online. So this is a good little piece of information where it seems to be okay to just put your magnetics on a good target and just let your beatboxer copy it. You know, essentially you want to create a little bit of space for you to work, right? The setup is so hard. Yeah. It's incredibly difficult. And we see that he is slowing down in some turns and really thinking about, okay, how should I do this? But these are the things that are super interesting to me. To see that he is comfortable using those magnetics on top of his lasso-matic. Because I think it's very easy, at least for me, to get into the mindset of, oh, if I use the magnetics now on the lasso, I won't have enough to make the big stack and I'm going to be too slow and then I can't do the switch and this and that. So it's good to see this. It's cool to see it. All right, there is another fluidity. I'm pretty sure he's going to want that, right? Because it does seem like we are going for the mech strategy. Yep, I can get another fluidity. Roar, yeah, this is... I guess he wants to put Roar on the magnetic, right? All right, he's just going to... Yeah, I like this. He's just like, okay, you know what? I've got 28 gold. I got to freaking go. I'm just going to use these golden touches. If any of these things is beatboxer, great. If it's not beatboxer, whatever. I'm going to move on. 2020 can be cast on a magnetic. So I'm guessing he's going to play a lullabot and just make it 2020. And this is the turn where we go in, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're learning. So He's thinking about switching it in already. No, not yet, right? We have too much money. So now we are throwing as many magnetics as possible on top of this Lullabot. And I'm guessing the roar goes on it as well. Yep. And then when we are close to running out of money, we want to have like 2 magnetics in our hand, I think. And then fluidity the Lullabot, play it on another Lullabot, fluidity again, play it on another magnetic. So I think right now we're not going to magnetize anything. We're looking for the other magnetic. Why do we use the staff now? More fluidity, I guess? I don't know. I think we're going to have to hold one. Ooh. See, this is weird to me. Why are we rolling more? Oh, because we're selling Silvaboss. Okay. And then we play Lullabot, we magnetize, the beatboxer gets all of it. It's so good. Okay, so it's great. The my understanding of this is improving. So first he was happy to put some Accordatrons on the Divine Shield. Right, so Gamble says, I'm assuming he would have done it if he got another magnetic, but he doesn't have the gold generation placed on the board. I don't think that makes sense, because if you're not willing to put a Lullabot on the board, why would you be willing to play a Accordatron on the board? Oh, because it doesn't magnetize onto that. No, he had a Lullabot as base, right? You could play a Lullabot as base and then magnetize. Yeah. Yeah, but he gets the economy anyway, right? Because he could have played a base Lullabot and then started equipping Accordatrons on the Lullabot, right? He had Accordatrons. Was there no point in which he had a Lullabot available? I'll rewatch it later. I'm not going to do it right now, but that's interesting. Either way, it's good to see that he's getting there like this, right? He wasted some magnetics, and he's still more than ready to take off, if that makes sense. So even if Accordatron was the only unit that he would do that with, and there was no opportunity to put it on a Lullabot, it's still very good to see that this is possible. Ooh. Oh, man, this is insane. So now, yeah, swap first because he might hit it. I guess he could have bought the shield first. So now that he has extra beatboxers, he's just going to create so much value, because every time he rolls a fluidity, he's going to swap his huge stack of magnetics into the shop, put it on top of a magnetic again, and then those beatboxers are going to receive all those buffs. And you're not just going to get all those buffs, you're going to get all the Accordatrons. So you get so much money. All right, another Accordatron. We love that. So now he needs to see which one is the big one, right? So the big one is the Lullabot. We definitely don't want to play that one first. Essentially, we play whichever one we don't want to be magnetized. So we don't need another Menace, because Menace doesn't really give you that much extra value. You only have board space for 3, and the boxer already has the Menace. So here we go. Everything else magnetized. Jumping into the fight. He's going to have this. This is going to be an insane amount of scaling. Because again, right, you're not just gaining the stats, you're also gaining the money. I think as people get better at this strategy, we're going to see more and more of it, and it might need to get nerfed. This seemed like such an impossible thing to pull off, but it's partially by people like me that are studying the game from Jeef, right? Then I start doing it, and then I start showing it on my stream, and then other people start doing it. This strategy might get nerfed, because once it's going, it's so insane. It's so strong. Like, maybe we will see a change where fluidity is no longer offered in mech lobbies, because it's pretty much like every time he rolls a fluidity now, his board becomes insanely much stronger, right? Murlocs get 10 times this amount of stats for way less. Yeah, keep watching. Keep watching and tell me that Murlocs get 10 times the stats. He's not done yet, my man. He's not done yet. And he's got shields and everything. And there's another boxer. Let's go. All All right, Myrmidon can go. Honestly, almost anything can go here, right? He just needs to keep utility drone. He just needs to keep utility drone as boxers. Oh my god. Oh, he has a golden touch in his hand. I'm gonna be honest. When I was skimming through the game, this was the turn I landed on. And after I saw he hit the boxer with the golden touch, I immediately closed the game and I'm like, oh, this is the one. I'm gonna watch this one. But I'm gonna be honest. That one I saw in the VOD. Like, I immediately closed the VOD. I was like, I don't want to see anything else anymore because this is a game I'm gonna watch on stream for sure. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? All right. Well, he needs to make some board space, but he's very happy to do so. This is so insane. He just needs a fluidity, right? But he does have the... Oh, no, he tripled. He tripled. He doesn't need fluidity. That's right. You can go for a triple as well. A triple pulls it back to the hand. Ooh, wait. Are we just not caring anymore? Oh. We're giving up on the big stack of magnetics. Huh, that's interesting. Well, to be fair... Wait, was there anything he could have magnetized on? Yeah, the module. He could technically play module here, right? So he's just like, you know what, I really don't need it. Drakari scales more. Yeah, but he's going to play Drakari instead of the poison then, right? So he either values the poison really, really, really highly. Your tier 4 mech would buff more with Drakari. Yeah, but your tier 4 mech is on the board no matter what. Sure, it wouldn't buff itself, but all the boxers would still receive the magnetic. Okay, so the reason why this is a little surprising to me is that he could sell... oh my god. That's insane. I think he could sell this poison. Oh, but it's because it's Jeef. Well, no, there's Rylak, and the positioning's not that good, right? I mean, look at me criticizing. Well, Jeef, your positioning could have been slightly better, my friend. You're going into... You know, what the fuck do I know? It's just why that's... that's why this is, like, slightly surprising to me that we gave up on our huge stack of magnetics. Now, he can make a new one, right? He can make a new one. Because now that he's got all these boxers and he tripled the menace, he can put the big menace onto a magnetic, or in this case the utility drone. So all these boxers get the gold. So let's look at the starting gold now. 44. Yeah, not quite insane. Well, I mean, it is insane, but not quite 100 yet. But yeah, let's see where he takes it from now. What's the... Is it just like play magnetic, or is he still going to try to make a big stack? Now, this strategy was hugely buffed by a change a long time ago, right? It's many patches ago. But they made it so that magnetics go back in the pool when you magnetize. Is he even going to buy that? It's fun. You got to do it for the YouTube. Okay, let's go, baby. I think it's one of those, now you're easier to scam because you have 3 boxers instead of 4. But hey, you can't make the 4th golden boxer if you don't buy the 3rd golden boxer, right? He would have to like high roll another golden touch though. I don't think he's got that in him this game. Then again, he's gonna get so much money from the... Oh, finally a magnetic. Right, sorry, the change to magnetics is that they now go back in the pool after you magnetize. Whereas for the longest time, the way the game worked is when you magnetized on top of a minion, it would stay on that minion instead of go back into the pool. So we would already be out of magnetics here. I love how we're selling out of the poison now because this is just too much. Okay. Right, I mean, it's super fair that he went for this play, right? It's super fair that he went for, hey, let me just equip my utility drone. I think it's because the opponent with the Feldrake looked scary and looked like he was going to be a high roller, and he just said, okay, let me just make a big utility drone because it's a little bit too scary otherwise. Look at these beatboxers, dude. They're all stealthed as well, which is not super relevant, but it's just funny. That's because he used the stealth on the magnetic and then magnetized. I guess it helps versus Bramble, right? But Bramble's out. Yeah, Bramble's not in. The thing is, he couldn't use that stack anymore after he tripled. Well, what he would do is he would play a regular magnetic jock, then put the golden on top of the regular magnetic, and then it would no longer be golden, and then it can be fluiditied again. And Jeef knows that for sure, for sure. So it was a conscious decision to stop swapping the stack and to go for... Ooh. Yeah, he's not going to triple anymore. He just wants to have more magnetics. More individual magnetics is more triggers. Oh, a Quartertron is so much money. Yeah, the client's super laggy here. That's unfortunate. It's almost like they didn't plan for some guy to have, you know, 200 magnetics on his board. Crazy. It's been 3 turns since his last fluidity. Yeah, I do think that if Lubber is in, which it's not, then you can add it as part of the strategy. But that makes it even more difficult, right? Because then you need to keep board space for Lubber. You need to keep board space for a magnetic. You need to fit your Drakari or utility draw on your boxers. Like, oh my god. Wait, we buy that, right? Jeef, we rolled past it. Jeef, no! Where is the 4th golden boxer? Come on, man. I thought that's why we tripled. Yeah. That's one thing. Jeef is too good of a player to do the inefficient line. Right? I buy that 4th boxer there for sure. You guys know me, right? But it's he's going into the last fight. He's not, you know, he doesn't want to bother. But I mean, he plays another utility drone though, so I don't know. But another utility drone is insane scaling. That's true. Every utility drone is insane scaling. It is stronger than another boxer, yeah. Look at him go! Look at him go! Look at those numbers! Alright. Holy crap, look at those numbers. What do we have? 1,000, 1,700, and we have Divine Shields. Yeah. They only have one big. Oh! We saw Jeef's dashboard for a second. Oh! Wait, let me move. Jeef comes to say hello. Hey, Jeef. I think he was off camera to focus really hard for his 18k game because as low MMR as he's getting for firsts, this is going to put him to 18k. And I don't, you know, he hasn't... I saw his tweet about this. This is the first time ever that he's hit 18k. And I don't know of anyone since the change to the MMR system, because in Season 2, I think you could manipulate your MMR to get like over 20,000, which was crazy. But I don't know of anyone that got 18,000, which is one hell of an achievement. This is so insane. Holy crap, dude. Well, congratulations, Jeef. That was quite the achievement. And what a game to do it with, right? What a game to do it with.